Hi everybody, thanks for coming. This is a celebration of life for our brother Texas Joe, who was taken from us a week ago today, March 4th, 2023. Joe was born in 1965, and he called me a hipster when I played this song. So, Joe, this song is for you. Dead leaves in the dirty ground when I know you're not around. Shiny tops and soda pops, and when I hear your lips make a sound. When I hear your lips make a sound. 30 notes in the mailbox, they're gonna tell you that I'm coming home. I think I wanna stick around just for a while so you're not alone. For a while so you're not alone. Piano fall, you can hear it coming down the hall. If I could just hear your pretty voice, I don't think I need to see it all. I don't think I need to see it all. Soft hair and a velvet tongue, I wanna give you what you give to me. And every breath that's in your lungs is a tiny little gift to me. It's a tiny little gift to me. Until the sun went down. Then I come home, no one to wrap my arms around. Wrap my arms around. Any fool with a microphone, he can tell you what he loves the most. You know why you love at all if you're thinking of the Holy Ghost. If you're thinking of the Holy Ghost. Hi everybody. Texas Joe is one of our guardian angels, Holy Ghosts now. 1 week ago today we lost Texas Joe, March 4th, 2023. On Friday, the following day, I got a text message from Texas Joe's phone, and it was his wife Dana, and she alerted me that unfortunately that night Texas Joe Thursday night had a massive heart attack and passed away. Texas Joe and I, let me tell you first of all, I'm wearing a shirt that Texas Joe sent to me, just friend mail, fun mail. That's the kind of friend and person Texas Joe was. I want to welcome everybody really quickly, but I also I need to get through my thoughts, and it's been a really trying week, and I appreciate the outpouring of support, but tonight is about Joe, and I want to really kind of just keep it together to celebrate Joe, and I want to celebrate everybody here. And I know that some people commented before, and I can't see their comments right now, but I'm going to try to remember who they are. Mr. Chubby Hubby, thank you so much. Silvershire. There's too many to remember. Flag City, thank you for being here. Great Scott, peace, brother. Gypsy Wolves, Jack Gallman, I'm glad you're home. Hi, Johnny Rainbow. Cat's Crazy World, Gadouge. Hi, Mr. V Rose. Hi, Cuzzy. Hey, Silverbull 30. Hi, SkyQuest. Hi, George Matthews. Hi, Rick Howe. Thanks for being a member for 17 months. Hi, EMR Coins. G'day, Spud. Hi, James Butler. William Tell. Richard Metcalf. Gunny. Darren Gray. Hi, buddy. Hi, Elton Jones. Hi, Leanne. Mark Lewis, hi buddy, hi GMAP, hi Trey Durant, hi Ramno, Jeff Davis, hello brother, hi Diamond Lou. Alright, hi Big Apple, thanks for reaching out as well. We will be doing a celebration of life later on the Coin Tribe channel, but we'll also be doing Big Apple Stacker and Plumber Stacker have invited me to come up with them on Plumber Stacker's channel, and they were both really great friends with Joe as well, and we will be doing a celebration of life on Saturday night on Plumber Stacker's channel. Hi Starika. Hey Jags Fan. Jags Fan was one of the people who came in early. Let me start at the beginning, and the beginning is how I met Joe. Texas Joe came into a big channel that I was a moderator at, and this was early on. This was in 2020. This was probably, I don't know, like the summer of 2020. I'll put it that way. I'm sure it was the summer of 2020. And he came into the chat, and just at that point he was Joe H. He just came in as Joe H with a Joe of green J or something. And he said, hi, I just, inherited a large coin collection from my grandfather, and I really don't know much about coins. Can anybody kind of steer me in the right direction? And nobody answered him. And I answered him, and I said, sure, here's my email address, and please reach out to me, and if I don't know the answer, I'll be happy to find somebody who does. But yeah, I'll help you, sort out your coins that you got, from your grandfather, and we struck up a friendship from there. I just found out, my condolences. I'm glad I got to talk to Texas Joe here a few times. Thank you, Rick Howe, and the goat thanks you, Texas Joe. He liked the goat as well. So he reached out to me and followed through, and started contacting me through emails, and he, bless his heart, he was like, at times, am I asking too much? Is this too many pictures to send you? And I was like, no, this is fun. Like I like it. This is like enjoyable. Well, once we kind of found out more about each other, come to find out, he's a New Yorker. He's not. He was born in New York City in 1965. And then he went down to play football in college in Texas. Stayed in college, met his, the love of his life, Dana. Love you, Dana. Hi, Rhonda. And he settled and stayed in Texas. And we started up this amazing dialogue, and he was one of the first people to send me a picture, and I'll show you the picture that he sent me. It's going to be a little bit of show and tell, a little bit down memory lane, of course, and we're just gonna, hi Furry Plants and Coins, I love you, Tina, and I know you knew Joe really well. I know a lot of you in the chat knew Joe really well, and he impacted so many people. He did so much behind the scenes, and I will get to that as well, but it touched me that he was one of the first people to send me a picture of himself, because everybody sees who I am, but I don't know anything about you other than in the chat. And that's a little disarming, and it was really disarming at first, or unsettling, not disarming, unsettling. And so he sent me a picture so I knew what he looked like while we were talking. And then, really shortly after that, we started chatting on text messages and then calling each other on the phone. And hi 710, I know that you knew Joe as well. But he sent me this picture, and then he ended up using this as his icon photo. And he got more comfortable. He got more comfortable with us in the coin community and being accepted. And so there he is, and you can see the pool room. This is in his rec room or whatever, and he's got the pool cues and the pool table behind him, and that's what he used as his logo after a little while. Well, we started up this great friendship, and then I'll never forget one night he sent me, we were watching, I don't know, we were at some live stream watching. I wasn't live streaming, and neither was he, and he went he sent me these texts. And he said, "This is my grandfather on his wedding day. Who does he remind you of?" Hi, vote for Pedro. Thanks for being here. Hi, Paula Bloom. Thanks for being here as well. He sends me this picture of his grandfather on his grandfather's wedding day. And he says, "Who does he remind you of? Or who does he resemble?" And I looked at it for a little while, and then I was like, that reminds me of me. That reminds me of me. And I answered him back, and I said, "Me?" ? And he said, "Yeah, you look like my grandfather. You remind me, your mannerisms remind me of," we're both from upstate New York. Or I'm from upstate New York. He's from New York City. But we're both New Yorkers. We kind of have that same kind of mentality, and that just, and honest to God, we're family. He and I are our family. This is a picture of him, and this is 4 generations of the Texas Joe family. Silver Clan, Texas, hi Silver Clan. Texas Joe was my first YouTube person I sent an item to because I liked him so much. I'm heartsick over this loss, but I'm happy he's with our Savior. Silver Clan, I'm with you, and I really want to get to you in the chat, everyone, to really just like honor your stories and everything too. And I know I'm just a basket case this whole week, honest to God, and I was really anxious about coming up tonight to do this because I want to honor him and I want to do it in the right way. And it's hard. I'm hurting, like I really am. This one hurts incredibly much, like deeply. Hi Hampton, hi Steve, thank you for being here. He does, he looks like me. So this is 4 generations. The grandfather is holding Joe's son. I believe it's his son. Joe is survived by his wife Dana, his daughter, and 2 sons. I believe this is one of his sons. Joe is right here. There's the grandfather that I look like. There's the grandchild, and there's Joe's father. Joe had just gotten back from being away for a while to care for his father, and he cared for his father and helped him through the really scary time. Joe thought he was going to lose his father, and he was there to care for him and helped him recover and get through that scary health scare. Thanks, Shannon. Hi, Shannon Smith. Hi, Mark Lewis. So we're family. Joe and I went to the coin show, and he invited me. He said, "I'm going to the PCGS coin show in Las Vegas. Will you come? I'm getting a room anyways. There's 2 beds. Will you stay?" And I went. We broke bread. We had drinks. We talked coins. We had a great time. We met MRG22. This is actually a selfie that Joe took. This is the night we met MRG22. You might know MRG22 from the streams. MRG22 came and met us for a beer, and so Joe and I we broke bread. We roomed together. We're roomies. We had drinks. We gambled together. We we hugged each other really hard when we left. And we were supposed to go to the coin show next month in Tulsa. And we're not anymore. Hi, Boatman, Boatman. Joe did a lot of behind the scenes things for me and my channel, and the tribe would not be as strong as it is without Joe, Texas Joe. I sourced coins from Texas Joe. He helped me unsolicitedly because he believed in me. He helped me just because he believed in me. He would send me things when I first started live streaming, or like all this stuff that was way over my head with, like, you know, how many people were live streaming at that time, and statistics and analytics and all that stuff that I don't pay attention to. And he was like, you're really, comparatively to other channels, you're doing something remarkable. I believe in you. Like, you keep doing what you're doing. Don't think about it, just do it. He said, you have help. You'll reach a lot of people. And he just kept saying those things to me, and he kept reinforcing those things with me. And I believe him. I believed him. And he believed in me, like, deeply. He helped me, like, figure out how to do my taxes the first time that this is a new kind of lifestyle that I'm doing now, and having to report things and do it. He helped me with my taxes. He sat with me for over an hour going through it on TurboTax. He would tell me if I ever missed your stream, you know, he'd let me know the next day, and he'd be like, I would listen to you, I'd watch it and listen to you as I was doing work, like you were a podcast, and I really found it enjoyable. He was like, I would listen to you, give you your watch time, but I would listen to it, and I found it like a podcast. It was just really easy to listen to, and it moved well, and he just gave me some really invaluable feedback and support that brought me to the place where I'm able to, like, just be brave, like, do things that are difficult. Like, I've always challenged myself to do those things, but when you really have a good friend who echoes that and just, you know, when you love really deeply, you hurt really deeply. Period. Hi, Gypsy Wolves. Joe was a really gentle man. He was so gentle. Like, he just had this, like, earnest, gentle way about him. He was a New Yorker, but he, you know, and I think of it, and it's like important to be strong and to be a warrior and to be like a badass, but it's important to harness that and to tame it and to control it. And I want to tell you a funny story about when we were in Vegas, because it was just right out of pandemic. I think it was in 2021 that we went to Vegas, and the service was not. We stayed at the Palazzo, like one of the really nice hotels there. I can't remember even that. It's like the Palazzo and one of the other ones, and it's right where the convention was. So it was hot as hell. It was in the summertime. And we basically just stayed there. There were two towers, and I think the Palazzo was the newer tower. But there were all these like food courts, but there were like nice restaurants as well. And we just, the second night when we were there, we couldn't get a place. We could just, like, we wanted to eat at a nice place, and we, you know, I'd been winning, and like it was fun, and then it just, like, the service was so piss poor, and basically, hi Silvershire, thank you for your comment earlier too. And Joe lost it with one of the, he didn't lose it, but he showed his teeth with one of the to one of the general managers of one of these really nice restaurants, because basically they wouldn't like seat us. There was space, but they wouldn't like, they wouldn't accommodate us. Essentially, it was the hour, and also the how many people were there, and this and that, and you saw the New Yorker come out in him. But as much as you saw the New Yorker come out in him, and as much as he kind of raised his voice at the guy, he was still very respectful, and he didn't like, he didn't want to make the guy cry or anything, but he wanted to prove his point, or make a point that like, look, we have money, willing to spend it, and you guys are like not accommodating us, and we're sick of it, and we're going home tomorrow, and we're staying at this hotel, and but it was funny because as like upset as he was, he still, and you heard the New Yorker come out in him, he still was respectful, and not not trying to rub somebody's nose, and the dog's nose in his poop after he has an accident in the house or something. He wasn't like that. He didn't have that. He didn't have that mindset. But he was frustrated, and we wanted to have a nice meal. So, coming from New York, from where Joe came from, he came from the city, and he, in talking with him, I loved talking with him on the phone, because he'd be sitting on his porch and you'd hear all the birds. And Joe was an incredibly well-versed man in many, many topics, many, many, arenas. He was well-versed with flowers. He was well-versed with birds. He became an incredible numismatist. I mean, he started learning about Morgans, and started learning about flowing hair and seated liberties, and just gold coins, pre-33 gold coins, and just educating himself. And he was a successful businessman, and he just had a lust for life and a lust for knowledge, and he would share it. He was a giving man, and an extremely knowledgeable and kind man. Everybody knew, or most people that knew Joe knew that he loved his Morgans. He would just study Morgans and try to find the nicest Morgans, but maybe you didn't know that he really loved George Washington, and he loved any coin that had George Washington on it. And 2 summers ago, I believe it was, I was back home in New York visiting, and one of my parents' family friends, and I know her as well, she had, hi Passion Art by Jessica, she had some cases, some high-end wood, really nice wooden cases with velvet that had the lock that would pull out a little drawer or two, and also would fold open with glass on top, and she wanted to let go of them. And how can I place you above me when I say to you I believe in you? Thanks, George. And he really like, I knew would like these and appreciate these. So I sent him pictures, and I said, look, these are for sale. If you want them, I'll pack them up and send them to you. And one of them was for Morgan silver dollars. One of them, I don't remember the third one, but one of them was for the 1932 to 1964 complete silver Washington quarter collection. And he bought all 3 of them, and I mean, was really happy with them, loved them. But anything with George Washington, he just really loved them. So I wanted to share that with you too, because perhaps you knew him loving Morgans, which he did, but anything with George Washington on it, he really loved. James Butler says, Joe inspired me to work on my Morgan books. I remember him saying, get the CCs first. Sage advice. Yep. Rocky Mountain Bear, hi brother. He had some amazing Morgans just from the little bit that I saw. Yeah. He did, and he was so happy to share his knowledge and just, and ask other people for insight and their, wisdom. Hi, Speedy. Bedford, PA it is. Good to see you, Speedy. Let me do a little time check quick. 4:30. I'm gonna stay on for about 15 more minutes because I'm gonna be on the Coin Tribe channel because Gunny and Spud and B Rose and everybody, it is our time on the Coin Tribe channel, and I know that they had a lot of great experiences with Texas Joe too, and so I'm gonna take like a 15-minute break, and I'm gonna come on the Coin Tribe right after this. But the thing about Texas Joe that I loved most about him was his playfulness, and this is Texas Joe and I in Las Vegas. And when the universe just talks to you and lets you know, like, all right, Joe, like, you're here, like, I get it. Like, I don't know why the hell I was looking through this one drawer and I find my Smurfs and I see Texas Joe and I see myself in Las Vegas. So Texas Joe and myself, we're going to be part of the Can streams from now on. And I also, I brought this up tonight because Texas Joe knew that I really loved Evel Knievel, and he had gotten this patch from Evel Knievel's niece, and he sent it to me. And so that's a part of our stream tonight, remembering Texas Joe. Hi, Fluffy. Good to see you, buddy. That's right, Silver Bull. Flag City. Joe bought most of my extra cat bus $50 from Coin Up along with some other stuff. Right on. Thanks, MKM. Good to see you, Monkey King. What's up, Plumber Stacker? And again, Saturday night I'll be on Plumber Stackers with him, and he and Big Apple Stacker have invited me to come up, and we're going to have one memoriam and celebration of life of Texas Joe on Plumber Stacker's channel Saturday night. Y'all were hilarious together in Vegas. I so wish I could have made it down there. Yeah, I mean, we just really lived it up. We knew that we were just, it was a special time to just kind of hang out and let loose. And we did. We made it a point to just really be in the moment and enjoy. We came up on Plumber Stacker's channel. He did, actually, and I saw that they were live. It was funny because I was down somewhere. I think I went to the pool or something, and I saw that I got a notification that Plumber Stacker went on. He said, live in Vegas at the PCGS show with Texas Joe, and I was like, what? And so I started booking across the like I said, like there's two towers. I think it was the Palazzo, and I don't even remember the other tower's name. And I was way the hell on the other side, and so I booked to the conference room, and I get up there just in time to say hi to both of them, and then Plumber stopped the stream. Joe will come into Ida's in the mornings and always enriched our mornings. Thanks for doing this, Can. You're welcome, EMR, Eric. It's not easy, and I all day, and you know how it's just that, leading up to it, because it's been a really tough week, and the Mrs. Can graduated, so I had to kind of just shelf how I felt about everything for a couple of days, and now that I don't have anything that I have to hold it together for. Trust me, the last 2 days were really difficult, but doing this and really celebrating his life, and what I want to show you guys, like, I know I'm not going to stay up for much longer. Texas Joe had just sent me coins, and he had such a great eye, and I'm going to start with this. He sent me 10. All right, let me just show you quickly. He literally, I got these, I think the day or two before he passed. He went to his 10 AU BU Merc dimes, and he went to his little coin shop. He cherry picked them for me. Check out the toning on this 1940 San Francisco. The strangest thing about how this all played out, and I don't know if it's the universe talking to me. I don't know. Hi, Mrs. Coin Crew. Hi, Victoria. I love you guys. You gals. When we lost Averd Kurt, it was on I got a text message from Averd Kurt's wife on a Friday. From Averd Kurt's phone. Hi, Philip the Board. I had just gotten this really nice toner from Averd Kurt. I know it's probably hard to see, but it's really strange tone. It's an MS64 1898. I just gotten this from Averd Kurt right before he passed away. And his wife texted me from Averd Kurt's phone on a Friday. I received and also I found out from Averd Kurt that he had given me a roll of Benjis, and there were 5 D over D over D triple RPMs. I received with Texas Joe last Friday a text message from Texas Joe's phone from his wife Dana, from Texas Joe's wife Dana, that he had passed. So both on a Friday, and Texas Joe had just sent me a bunch of coins that are really nicely toned, as well as this one. And I'm honest to God going to try to hold it together for this one because it's uncanny. I'll show you guys quickly another one. I mean, look, the toning that he picked these out. That's a 1941. But oh, this isn't it. Hold on one second. I gotta get the other one. One of the ones, which is a 1940 Denver. Or no, the 43. Hold on, I think I put it in the wrong one. I did. My brain is not. I had already taken it out. Alright, bear with me, y'all. Here's the 1943 Denver. Now, it's not a triple D over D over D, but it clearly is an RPM, and there it is. So, I don't know what it means. I just know that I miss my friend. I know that Texas Joe is watching over us, and I know that there's something that's connecting all of us, and it's palpable. I feel it, and I know that many of you have been in the coin community longer than I have, and you feel it. And when we lose somebody who's been so kind to everyone, and influential in a lot of ways, and just a great friend to so many people. It hurts. And the last thing I want to talk about really quickly is grief. And hi, Rockzilla. There are 5 stages of grief, and you can bounce back and forth between them, and I have been, and I realize that. And they're not in any order. And the stages of grief are denial. I don't believe it. This isn't happening. There's denial. There's depression. I'm sad as hell. I can't, I can't do anything but cry. There's anger. Self-explanatory. There's bargaining. Bargaining means, why does it have to be them? Why couldn't it be me? Or why couldn't it be that, scumbag that, treats people horribly? Or why can't it be like somebody who just, is, that's bargaining. And then the 5th one is acceptance. And you finally just accept it. Oh man, stay safe, Silver Clan. I live in SoCal, and I don't like the I don't like the shakes. 5.5 is a big shaker. How they hanging? Hi, Sean. Good to see you, buddy. So understand, whenever you're grieving, that there's 5 stages, and you bounce back and forth until you finally get to acceptance. And acceptance takes time. Acceptance takes a lot to reach. And sometimes you'll have glimpses of it, and then you'll go back to a different emotion or a different stage. Hi, Sanchez. Thank you for being here. I've missed you, Sanchez. Much love, my sweet friend. Absolutely, Plumber. But he gave so much in that time. He was 58, maybe 57. I'm not sure. He was born in 65. But what he gave in that time was so incredible. And so allow yourselves, whenever you lose someone, whether it's a person, whether it's a pet, whether it's whoever is close to you, go easy with yourselves, and I promise I will too. There's 5 stages: denial, depression, bargaining, anger, and then hopefully acceptance. Texas Joe was such a kind, awesome person. We also had fun, and he brought many smiles. He absolutely did, and I just know, how much he touched so many different people, and having that kind of, just having that knowledge that he meant so much to so many is great, and it speaks on his legacy, on his character, that he did so much behind the scenes for so many people. Like, he would go up and even what he did on the scenes or in the scenes, he would go up and stream with Plumber, and they would have a great time and just goof off, and him and Big Apple would get together, and you got two New Yorkers getting together and busting each other's balls, and like, just that's living. That's not just existing. And I think that's what I want to really exemplify, is that Texas Joe lived, and he was an extremely successful man, but he didn't flaunt anything. He wasn't higher than anyone else. He was down to earth, and he was a kind man. He always took the time to make sure you understood what he was saying. Yeah, and that's Plumber. That's what he put on his about page, that he's about fostering knowledge and sharing information, and I'm paraphrasing, but that's really what he was all about, and what he what he wanted was he wanted those connections with people. He wanted to learn, and he also wanted to share knowledge, and it's giving and receiving. It's everything that that we talk about, that I talk about on the tribe or whatever. Hi, Snipey. We grieved together for a man who touched us all. Absolutely. He was the type of guy who makes cowboy hat look good. My mother always tells me to treat people well while they're alive, so no regrets later. Absolutely, Sanchez. And honest to God, I know in my heart that, you know, and I remember when he and I said goodbye at the airport in Las Vegas. We gave each other a big hug, and it was just a real hug where you just know that you get it. And we got each other. Hey, Bo, thanks for being here, buddy. I'm going to sing us out, and I'm not going to do it with the guitar. And when our friend Donna Helton lost her father, I sang this on guitar, and Joe was not a deeply, I don't know if he was a deeply religious man, but Joe was a deeply spiritual man. And Joe, this song resonated with Joe, and I'm only gonna sing a little bit of it, but it resonated with him when I sang it for Donna. And Joe, now it's for you. Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the world thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art. I love you, Texas Joe. See you again on the other side. Thank you for being an angel for us, and I know you're listening right now. Thank you everyone for being here and supporting each other and showing your love and respects to Texas Joe and his family. Dana, to the kids, we're with you. We will uplift you. We will do some things in the future to help. I've told her that, and I'll be on the Coin Tribe after this. If somebody please will put in the Coin Tribe's channel, we'll continue to honor Texas Joe. If you would like to, Gunny, I know, and Spud and Mr. V Rose and others would like to continue, and we will do this on the Coin Tribe channel. And also, if one of the mods will please do link Plumber Stacker's channel, because we're gonna do another stream with Big Apple Stacker on Plumber Stacker's channel. Rest in power, Texas Joe. Thank you everyone again, and I really do appreciate your support. Count your blessings and not your problems. I'll see you soon.